Welcome to Secrets Room, the channel where the line between truth and nightmare disappears. Every Friday, we dive into the world of mystery, heists, and real-life criminal masterminds. Stories filled with suspense, clever twists, and the darkest corners of the human mind. And every Sunday, we bring you spine-chilling true horror stories, haunted homes, disturbing encounters, and secrets that were never meant to be uncovered. Subscribe now and join a growing community of mystery and horror lovers. New true horror videos every Sunday. Don't miss out. And now, it's time for today's unbelievable story. You think you're safe in your home? The doors are locked. The windows are shut. You tell yourself, nothing can get in. But what if the danger was already inside the walls? What if your home had a past so dark it refused to stay buried? Tonight, we bring you two terrifying true stories. Real people, real homes, and real nightmares that began the moment they moved in. From a man who unknowingly bought a house where a brutal murder took place, to a young woman who discovered a hidden room behind her bathroom mirror and unleashed something she was never meant to find. This is not fiction. These are not ghost stories. These are real events. And they might just make you question everything about your own home. And now, it's time for today's unbelievable story. In early 2014, James, a 31-year-old graphic designer from Ohio, was looking for a place to start over after a difficult divorce. He found a charming one-story house in a quiet neighborhood just outside Cleveland. It was suspiciously cheap, but the seller, an elderly woman, said she just wanted to move on quickly. James didn't ask questions. The house looked perfect. He moved in by the end of the month. The first 2 weeks, completely normal. Peaceful evenings, working from home, no problems at all. Until one night, around 3 a.m., he heard footsteps. The footsteps seemed to come from the attic, except James never opened the attic. He assumed it was raccoons. But then, the kitchen light would turn on by itself, always between 2:30 and 3 a.m. Then, the bathroom mirror shattered, without explanation. James tried to make sense of everything. Maybe it was just an old house. Maybe it was just him adjusting. But things quickly became unsettling. One night, he woke up to find muddy footprints on his bedroom floor, even though he lived alone. Another night, every kitchen cabinet was wide open, like someone had searched through them. Still, James stayed. He told himself it was stress. One day, a neighbor finally spoke up. An elderly woman approached James and asked softly, "Do you know what happened here before you moved in?" She revealed that years ago, a tragic incident occurred in that very house. A family dispute that ended in loss. It had made headlines at the time. But James never searched the address. Disturbed, James checked the backyard, looking for peace of mind. Instead, he uncovered something chilling, a small wooden box buried near the fence. Inside, a necklace, some children's drawings, and a letter. It read, "He's watching. If anyone finds this, I'm sorry I didn't leave sooner." That night, James couldn't sleep. At exactly 3 a.m., he heard the front door slowly creak open. He grabbed a flashlight, his hands shaking. As he stepped into the hallway, his light flickered. And then, he saw it. A tall, pale figure standing at the end of the corridor. Its shirt was stained red. The light flickered again. The figure stepped forward, then vanished. James left that night and never returned. To this day, the house sits empty. Neighbors say the lights still flicker, and at times, soft footsteps echo down the hall. though no one is inside. So what do you think? Was James a witness to something beyond explanation? Or was it all in his mind? Let me know in the comments. And remember, be careful where you move. Some places never forget. The first story showed us that some homes carry the trauma of their past like a wound that never heals. But what if the darkness isn't in the past? What if it's still there, waiting, behind the walls? Our next story takes us from a quiet house in Ohio to a cramped apartment in New York City, where a young woman made a discovery so disturbing, it changed the way she looked at her home forever. This isn't just about ghosts. This is about something hidden, something that was never meant to be found. Let's move on to the second nightmare. In 2019, Megan, a 26-year-old artist, moved into a pre-war apartment in Manhattan. It was small, but cheap by New York standards. The landlord warned her, "The building's old, you might hear creaks and groans." She didn't mind. She liked the charm. A week after moving in, Megan noticed a strange cold draft in the bathroom, even when the windows were closed. She touched the wall and realized it sounded hollow. Out of curiosity, she tapped the wall harder and noticed a small crack behind the mirror. One night, she removed the mirror completely and found a hole cut into the drywall. Behind it, a pitch-black empty space. She grabbed her phone flashlight and recorded what was inside. To her shock, it wasn't just a hole. It was a hidden room, about the size of a small bedroom. Old furniture, a torn mattress, broken mirror, and a child's shoe. There was no door, no way to access it from any hallway. She felt sick. Why was this sealed off? That night, Megan started hearing scratching from inside the wall. The sounds came every night at 2:43 a.m. exactly. She tried to ignore it until she found footprints in the dust near her bathroom. Barefoot prints. She lived alone. Things got worse, lights flickering, faucets turning on by themselves, her paintings getting moved. One morning, she woke up to find a message on the mirror written in the steam. "Don't open what's meant to stay hidden." Megan called the landlord in panic. He hesitated, then admitted the truth. The hidden room used to be a rented unit in the 1980s. A man lived there who was mentally unstable, and after multiple complaints from neighbors, he vanished without a trace. The owner at the time sealed off the unit and sold the building. When Megan showed him the footage, he looked pale. That furniture, that was never removed. We thought it was gone. Megan moved out within a week. She deleted the video she took, but not before her friend copied it. The friend claimed that strange things started happening after watching the clip. His phone would die at exactly 2:43 a.m. every night. No one has opened that hidden room again, and the apartment remains unrented. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell.